Hello, everyone. So I couldn't try to play my game, but I figured I'll do something else instead. We're gonna do a watch stream. Well, we're gonna watch Dingo's first 10 videos. Dingo Doodles' first 10 videos of her D&D sessions, and this is something I've been wanting to do a live stream as well for about that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I want to give my opinion on like how I felt when I was watching this for the first time and what I remember about it. Also, since I want to be able to catch up again, because Dingo said in a tweet earlier today that she's already working on the newest episode, and I just want to refresh myself to remember everything that happened. I'm not gonna watch the entire series 'cause, it's so apparently according to someone when they wrote a tweet saying that up to the current videos now that she has, it's over 5 hours to watch. I'm not watching 5 hours. Don't get me wrong, I love Dingo's videos, but I can only rewatch so much. And that's understandable. Because after all, it's just something that you do. Anyway, let's get this on. We got this, guys. Okay, I just wanted to test something. Alright, we're gonna watch Dingo's stream. Not stream. Videos. And I'm gonna pause and give my opinion of what I remember about this. Here we go.
I didn't think my first video would be Dungeons and Dragons, but well, here we go. Wait, don't just leave just yet. You do not have to know Dungeons and Dragons in order to appreciate the stupidity. Now, I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for about 6 to 7 years, and I've never royally messed up like this before. Oh, Dingo, don't beat yourself up. Everybody messes up in D&D. Isn't that kind of like the point of the game? Everybody TPKs their team eventually. I
Well,
mean, Stray Fireball.
not yet. I have not done this with my my party yet. By the way, forgot to say this. I am a dungeon master myself. I DM my own games. I plan on posting them on here. I'm planning on posting them on YouTube, maybe on Twitch too, eventually in the future. But right now, anyway, back to the TPK thing. I've played many sessions in D&D, and let me just say, I have surprisingly, I have not had a TPK yet. I thought I would, but nah, no, no TPK. it's just, it's just silly. Let's continue.
Ball gets out of your hand. One of your teammates has something explosive
Oops,
on their back,
my bad.
and boom, new campaign. No, but you don't understand. I TPK'd the
I'll just
universe.
edit that out.
Just a little bit of background. This was a 3.5 campaign done by my boyfriend Felix, and there were about 5 players. At the time, there was only 3 of us because the other 2 were sick.
Sad.
My character was a level 6 wild mage named Sips. The thing about a wild mage is that they can cast magic, but they have a percentile where their magic can go wild, where it can really mess up everything. You want to cast create water? Well, how about snakes? Or you want to cast light? Well, how about a dire bear? My character's wild magic percentile was determined by how much his curse was grown on him. He had a crocodile hand, and the more that it grew onto him and his skin became more into a crocodile, the higher percentage his wild magic was. At the time, he was about at 30% for his magic to just go buck wild. The session started normally like all sessions, where we were trying to get to another town, and this town particularly was in the swamps, and it was called Alchemist Quarry. We're traveling through the swamps, and we constantly have to make reflex saves because there's friggin' earthquakes every gosh darn minute. We didn't really think much of it, but turns out it's kind of our death. Foreshadowing. We arrived at the town, and this town was really. It was magical as fuck. Everything was magical. All the buildings, all the people, just magic, 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 magic. Since there were only about 3 of us instead of the normal 5, we kind of all looked at each other and went, wanna go get drunk? Heck yeah. We went for a drink, and well, my character doesn't really drink. He's never gotten drunk before. So initially, when he went to the bar, he kind of hung out and did nothing until one of the players in my group went up to me and said, "Hey, you want to sing karaoke with me?" And Sips was like, I'm gonna have to get really drunk for that. So he rolled and he got a natural 1. So he kind of just looked at the drink and was instantly smashed.
Uh
Now,
oh.
I don't know what you
I
think,
remember
but
this.
I think having a drunk wild mage is not really a great combination. But Sips managed to go up there and actually crush it. He was a great singer, he rolled high, and at the end, he wanted to show off his little bit of magic and cast dancing lights as something like ta da! Well, when he did that, Felix rolled for the percentile and got like a 29, like just under the percentile. So
Just under. That sounds like a very me thing to do. Whenever I roll dice and I want something to happen, it just I'm like, oh my god, it's almost gonna happen, and then it doesn't happen. It made me very sad.
as soon as he cast lights, dancing lights, it was wild magic.
Mm-mm.
We all kind of looked at each other and went,
Ooh.
what's gonna happen?"
Mm-mm.
And so Felix was like, "Okay, I got this, I got this." He looks at the chart next to him and he rolls to see what he has to choose from the chart. So he rolls, and then you kind of see this expression on his face where he goes, "Ooh," and then everybody kind of like looks at each other and goes, "What's up, Felix?" With this blank stare into nothingness, he goes, "When you cast dancing lights, you feel the energy leave your hand, and then you feel nothing after, as you have now created a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic. As in, no magic can exist in this space. Ever."
Oh, it's like when Dingo. I remember when Dingo said this the first time I started watching it, and the way she said, like, when she realized, oh creep, oh creep. She says like something like, I'm not. Anyway, like so. I remember when she said this. I'm like, oh, I can relate. I can relate so much. One second. Sorry about that. I had to answer a phone call. I'm back. No wait, nope, wrong one. There you go. Let's get back to it.
We're in a city that is all magic. Everything's magic.
Magic.
The drinks are magic. Food's magic. Your underwear is magic. Everything is magic. And I just created a 700-foot radius, so 1,400 feet across, of permanent dead magic. Sips kind of like stands there, and first of all, he's drunk, so he doesn't really realize what just happened. But the player next to me definitely knows what just happened. Everybody in the bar just starts to freak out. The guards.
Honestly, I don't blame them for freaking out. All the freaking magic is gone, dude. Just like if imagine that. Here, hang on. I'm gonna do something. Here, let me get out of this. Sadly, have. Um, I do not have a face cam. I will get that eventually, but right now I just don't have it. I can't afford that right now. But in the future, I'm gonna invest in it, and then I'll just do something else, and then like that way I can give you guys my reaction. But for now, this is what I have to do. I can't find it. Never mind. Let's continue.
Go into a panic. They see what I just did, and they just charge at me. In which the player next to me grabs me and says, "Oh, we gotta go." We run down the alley being chased by these pretty pissed off guards and pretty pissed off civilians. And my character's like, "What's everybody so mad about?" We see a building that we can climb up and hide from everyone. We get up and we somehow manage to avoid the guards and the angry mob of magic users. Well, prior magic users. And there comes over this false sense of security that everything's fine. And we're on top of this building, and it's like, oh, thank God we lost them. Probably not a great idea to create a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic. But you see, that wasn't the problem, because the problem was really when I heard Felix go, "How big was that permanent dead magic zone?" And I kind of like turn to him and say, like 700 feet radius, so 1,400 feet across, and he just has this horrified look on his face. You can just see the numbers floating in front of his head as he's trying to calculate something. He turns and goes,
In that moment, he realized that his that Dingo just messed with the world. It's just the way he's like panicking. It's just like I felt that moment when one of my players would definitely do this. Like I remember this one thing, like in this one story where oh yeah, okay, so this time I was a player. I didn't actually before I became a dungeon master, I played in a D&D campaign with my friend Matt. And I remember that I decided to do something. Yeah, okay, so we were in the middle of a battle, and it was like and we were like, it was near the end of the campaign we had, and we were just, having fun, trying to do combat and just all this stuff. And then I was looking through my spells 'cause it was about to be my turn. I was like, how would this actually help us? Like, how can I do this where it would just be like, because like right now we're a little bit at disadvantage. They have more people than us. We need to do something that'll turn the tide. And I see that a spell that I have, which is since I was a nature cleric at the time, I see the spell earthquake. That's right, you heard me, earthquake. I was like, oh, this sounds cool that I had it because I actually added it without realizing I added it. I added it to my character sheet. I was like, okay, I'll just like when it gets to my turn, I'll do this. So when I told my dungeon master that I want to cast earthquake right here in this area, and everyone stopped talking because like people were chatting a bit, and I was just like I was speaking loud enough, And then everybody just turns and looks at me, and they were like, "What? What?" I was like, and this is why I said to them, "What?" like I acted like nothing was wrong. At the time, I didn't realize like how powerful that spell was. But hey, my dungeon master let me cast it. I casted the spell, and we did take down some enemies. However, I also injured my party in the meantime. Luckily, the party didn't die. They got hurt though because they were standing in an area where I casted the spell. I was like, oh, they don't even get a reaction to like dodge, and he's like, no. I was like, oh, that was just a good time. Let's continue with the video.
Goes through his notes frantically looking for something, and then you just hear a oh, oh no, oh, oh no, in which the entire group goes, what?
What
What
is
is
it?
it? And then we feel a rumble underneath us. The same rumbles we've been feeling all throughout the campaign, these little earthquakes that I was complaining about. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we turn and we see this creature bursting out of the ground and rising up. And you know what it is? For any of you kids at home that may know, it's a mother
I
Tarask.
love how she uses the duck every time.
And for any of you kids who don't know what a Tarask is at home, this thing is 50 feet tall, 70 feet long, and weighs 130 tons. This is the scariest creature in D&D. It eats worlds for fun. So let me just read an excerpt from the D&D Wikipedia page on the Tarask. Although no one present has likely ever seen it before, its hulking monstrosity is instantly recognized to anyone who has ever heard the stories of the legendary Wrath. There's only one beast that casts its shadow over entire cities, only one creature capable of striking such fear into all who gaze upon it. After all, there is only one Tarask. All it does is kill, eat, sleep, and repeat. This thing has 700 health, attacks with plus 46, and moves at 80 feet per turn. This thing is insane. And did I forget to mention that I'm a level 6? All my party members are a level 6. How are we supposed to go against a level 20? It's a god!
Yep.
Yeah, because it turns out this village out in the middle of nowhere has a freaking Tarask underneath it that was held by immovable rods of magic. So when I cast that dead magic zone of 700 feet, it kind of dispelled the rods and released the Tarask. But it wasn't really my fault, because who freaking
Keeps
keeps
a
a
Tarrasque
Tarask
underneath
underneath
their
their city?
city.
That's like keeping the Antichrist in your closet.
Oh,
So I drunkenly sang karaoke so bad that I released the apocalypse.
yikes.
Yeah. Today's video
Oh, it's just amazing. Dingo's videos is just hilarious. You gotta love it so much. Hang on one second. It's just really funny to me, like that Dingo does this. It's like she's the screw up in the group, and I love it. It's just hilarious to me.
is sponsored by thedeckofmany.com. My first sponsor, you guys.
Yay!
Also, this is a part 2 of my previous D&D video, so I'd recommend watching part 1 so you're not wondering what the heck I'm talking about. But if you don't, I get it. You're a rebel. You live on the edge. Okay, so why is there a part 2 to this? You'd think after releasing a Tarask, it'd be game over, right? And believe me, we thought that too. We were planning to throw our character sheets into the fire. Till Felix was like, just hold on a second. My group's philosophy for playing D&D is fun trumps rule. So if there's a rule that we all unanimously agree is kind of silly or just doesn't really work, we get rid of it.
Hmm.
It's just our interpretation of the game, which is fine. Everybody plays D&D differently.
She's right. It does depend. As a dungeon master, it does really depend on what everybody thinks. Like, it really is up to not just the DM, but the party too. Everybody has their own opinion on what they see and feel like. This is what they want to do. Because after all, just because it's in the rules, it doesn't mean you have to follow it. After all, I've heard this many times from other people, as well as under dungeon masters, and the the player's handbook is just a guide, as well as the D and as well as the dungeon master's guide. It's not a set of rules that is permanent. It's just to be like, it's there for a reference. It doesn't have to be, exactly alike in the stream. In the game. Because everybody has their own set of rules in D&D. It's just what they do. Hmm. I agree with Dingo because everybody plays it differently. This is how the way that they played it, that she and her friends played it, and I agree with that. My friends and I, when we play D&D, we do have some rules that are custom. Like, for example, we have a slick system where a point system, instead of the inspiration thing, we do a system called luck points. This is actually something I got from the DM Layer. He's also on YouTube as well. He's also on Twitch, but he mostly does YouTube. And I like the way he did this kind of rule set. You will see it in the future, and it'll be understandable in the future. But I agreed with it, and I talked to my party about it, talked about with my players about it, and they also agreed that they like the system too, which is nice because it's good to edit stuff. Yeah. All right, let's continue with the video.
And that just happens to be the way we do it.
Hmm.
So we all agreed we wanted to give it another shot and keep this campaign going.
Yeah.
We loved our characters and the story that Felix was making, so we weren't going to give up now. We ain't no quitters. To be honest, I didn't think I'd be talking about this anymore, but I think it's interesting and fun. It's all kind of an experiment. So let's have a go at it, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so let's establish some things I left out from the previous video. Our team consists of a druid named Gothi, a crystal golem named Gorthan, a spell scale named Julian, and a magical girl named Arena. Yes,
Yes, Arena, lover. See, the reason why I like Arena so much. Actually, rewind it for a second.
named Julian, and a magical girl named Arena.
Arena, right here, is amazing as a character. She's just so funny, and the way that the player Carson uh, portrays her is just amazing. And the way Dingo also like shows it, how Arena acts and sees and does, it's also really cool. It's just awesome. I'm sorry, I'm just fangirling a bit. Let's continue.
Now, yes, we have a magical girl,
Yes,
and yes,
she
she
sparkles
sparkles
and
and
everything.
everything, and yes, we are blinded every time she transforms. My eyes! Alchemist Quarry is also inhabited by mostly anthropomorphic creatures. It's pretty much Furry Town, which we constantly make fun of Felix for making.
There's a reason they're furries, damn it!
We'll get back to that later. Also, the name of the campaign is called Fool's Gold. It's because at the start of the campaign we were all merchants, which eventually we all became adventurers. Fun fact, the three of us are standing outside of the city, watching this Tarrasque start to decimate buildings and start the apocalypse. Sips is still drunk and eventually is slapped out of it. And now he can see what he did. What? I'm just gonna go. Nope, we are fixing this. How? I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of made a 700-foot radius of permanent dead magic, and I kind of use magic, so I can't exactly do anything. I could yell at it, but I don't think that's gonna help. The group brainstormed around the table for what seemed like forever, because essentially we're trying to stop the apocalypse. Maybe we could freeze it with a huge amount of freezing potion.
Hmm.
Maybe we could, like, find a genie and wish it gone. Now, hear me out. Another Tarrasque. I used still drunk? In the meantime,
Ah, it's just sips. Sips being sips. Oh my gosh.
the city mages come together and form a circle around the city, slowly dispelling the permanent magic zone.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the entire time that our group is running around, freaking out, and being useless. Eventually, they dispel the
Let me
zone,
try this.
and out comes this woman, this mysterious figure who is very obviously the leader, who brings out 2 followers and a chest. They open up the chest and give her what looks to be shrunken versions of the Tarrasque's hands, feet, and head. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like those like voodoo shrunken head kind of stuff. Creepy. She puts them on and starts to control the Tarrasque using magic, like some kind of crazy puppet master. Extra creepy. Right at that moment when she starts to use the voodoo that she do, all the anthropomorphic NPCs in the town start to freak out. Like they're on fire, but there's no fire. It seems like the magic that she's using is affecting the citizens, but only the furries. And then Sips feels it too, but only in his cursed arm. It's like somebody dipped your arm into acid. Great. Should we deal with that? Nope, this is fine, this is perfect, this is great. Yep. Sips tries to cast sleep on himself to try to get away from the pain, but he fails his concentration check because he feels like he's burning in acid. Gothy quickly shoves a sleeping potion down Sips's throat to make him fall asleep, but he succeeds his save, so his body won't take it and he won't fall asleep. I'm just rolling saves like
Go
go
to
to
sleep.
sleep, damn it, but he keeps succeeding. So while this is happening, all the mages surround this lady and buffs her constitution to double the amount of the Tarrasque, so essentially bumping her HP like a madman. Then she starts to choke herself, which translates to the Tarrasque choking itself. Due to her ridiculous constitution, she is able to outlast it. It's kind of like a holding your breath contest in a way. And essentially, she chokes out the Tarrasque
Like
like
a
a boss.
boss.
So while this is all happening,
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. But she is crazy.
everybody's just watching and going like, whoa, this is crazy. Whoa, this is so cool. Wow. While Sips is just screaming in agony in the background. She stops the magic. Everybody, including Sips, stops freaking out and feeling like they're gonna die. She then takes off her creepy gear, turns in our direction, and takes a second. Sips? Sips's face of first pain, then relief, then confusion turns to just pissed. Just a look of pure rage as he is staring down the woman that ruined his life, Kinora. Okay, so I kind of need to let you know a little bit about Sips's backstory for you to know why he looks at this woman like he wants to cast a level 9 spell up her face.
Bam!
Sips is not actually an anthropomorphic monkey or an apeling like some of you guys think, or some other monkey races in D&D.
Mm.
He's just a normal monkey who,
Mm.
when very young, got taken and sold to be an entertainment monkey. Those ones with the little hats
Hats.
and the
Music
music box.
box.
Not a great look for him. He's just a monkey who hated his life. Till one day, a mysterious figure came up to Sips's owner, Hodge, and asked to buy Sips's hands and feet. Just the hands and feet.
Creepy.
Yo, weirdo! So Hodge knocks Sips out, cuts off his hand. Sips wakes up, because you just cut off his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Attacks Hodge, because you just cut off his hand. And beelines it out of there to the swamps. He's losing a lot of blood, and he becomes lost. Then, lo and behold, guess who shows up? Boom boom, mysterious figure who wanted his hands and feet because they're creepy. Which turns out to be, boom boom, Kinora. She offers to help him. I mean, he's a monkey. He has no idea what's going on, what this woman is saying, so he's gonna die if he doesn't accept. So he's like, okay. She takes him back to her house? Essentially a voodoo shack. She's a witch doctor who's bat crazy. Puts him on a table and helps him, emphasis on help, by attaching a very special, a very cursed, magical crocodile hand onto his vacant stump of a right arm.
Oh no.
At that moment, so much magic and energy flows through him that he becomes awakened. So, for anybody who doesn't know how the awaken spell works, it pretty much just means that you become conscious or sentient. So,
Hmm.
Monkey ain't no stupid monkey anymore. He understands. And Kinora's like, cool, now we can replace some other things. Nope, nope, this witch is crazy. I'm out. Sips attacks Kinora and nopes right out of there. So from there on, he just traveled and slowly became Sips. So
No.
you can get why he stares at this woman with the rage of 1,000 suns. But I'm gonna leave it here for a part 3
Honestly, the Rage of a Thousand Suns sounds like a fighting move. It's like the ultimate gamer move.
because the video is getting a bit long. I'm not really sure how you guys are gonna react to this video, but I had fun making it, so I'm happy. I will also be putting out an animated story video in between these, probably, unless the urge hits me to just keep going with part 3 like right away. So you probably won't get part 3 until September. Eh? Anyway, thanks for watching, and this video was sponsored by
That was good. I was gonna do like a long stream of watching this, but I don't feel like it. But still, this is good. I just wanted to at least record for a bit. Yeah, I wanted to see if the stream was still working because when I was trying to stream Dragon Age, it wasn't working earlier. Hey, what can you do? Either way, this was good to watch. Thank you. I might stream again later tonight. I'm not sure. We'll see. Either way, I had a lot of fun, and one day I will watch all of these in one sitting. It would be hilarious and awesome, but that's not gonna happen right now. I will see you guys later. I want like the thing says. I hope you guys have an amazing day. See you later, fellow guardians. Bye.